Hey, folks, how you doing? This is the American Liberty Radio Network audio blog. Just remember, audio blog. That's all. It's audio blog. Anyway, how you doing? Are you happening? Things are going on? Yeah. Hey, just want to give you a heads up. The Views Express Live will be back. I'm kind of at the end of my retooling it and hopefully making it better for all of you. So anyway, it will be coming back probably about, somewhere about the 1st of June, middle of May, 1st of June, somewhere around in there. It's going to be live, yes. Anyway, hey, what else do we got going on in this world today? You know, audio blogs can be whatever they want, and since I'm doing them, anyway, I'll talk about this. And I'm not going to take up too much time. They're usually 30 minutes, but we'll see how it goes. The one thing that I found, and I got a gripe, first of all. My gripe is actually people that don't know how to drive. And I swear to goodness, there's people that absolutely don't know how to drive. They irritate the crap out of me, okay? Yeah, you're parked in a parking lot. You're there, you walk into the store, you come out, you get in your car, you're starting to back up. You notice that there's people walking in your direction. You back up, start to back up anyway, and you stop to what? To be courteous enough to let them walk by, right? That's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. I don't have a gripe about that. That's always good. But when you pull out far enough to where you got to, turn and, turn the wheel so you can drive away, my question is, people walking up on your side of the door, on your side of the car, by your door, walking in front of you, and then walking in front of your car like you're moving forward to try to leave, and they get in your way. Or the other thing, when you're backed out and people are walking behind you, who knows? My car might have a malfunction and I might keep going backwards. I don't know. I don't know where these people come from. I don't know what planet they come from. I don't know what backwoods they come from. I don't know where they come from. I just know that they're not thinking. They're not thinking at all. Okay? And in that same gripe, I want to say this. You're driving down the street. And you're driving, you're going home, you're doing something, right? Out of the side street or out of a parking lot. You see this car. And this car does not seem to want to stop. And of course, eventually they do, because you're coming down the street. My question is, why don't these people want to stop? Because I'm traveling down the thoroughfare, I'm traveling down the street, I'm moving, and they want to slowly creep out in front of me to do what? Make me stop? No. We've all been guilty of crossing the crosswalk to look around the cars that are parked there, so, we're all guilty of that. But that we, smart people, stop. We don't just keep creeping out, even when a car is coming. Especially when we stop at a stop sign or pull out of a parking lot, or we look to our left because, why? That's where the cars are coming. So we don't want to get hit. Same thing with turning a left turn. You're in a left turn lane, you're turning, and I see this all the time. I'm in a left turn lane at the stoplight. The cross street has the green light. People are turning left. They come inches away from my car. You know what I do? I pull clear up to the crosswalk, to the line, into that corner as far as I can get into that corner, and I make those people go around me. Because everybody I've seen, I've done it too, I'm guilty, cuts that corner. Everybody. I've watched it. I've stood on the corner of a street and watched. Everybody cuts that corner. Why? Is it going to give you a couple of seconds more? Or what? Do the right thing and learn how to freaking drive. Okay? Because I'm getting sick and tired of you ignorant people behind the steering wheel that don't know how to drive. Okay, that's my gripe. So let me go here. Hold on just a sec. Let me go here. I live in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. And I find that some of the politics here is winding up looking much like our neighbor to the west. To the People's Communist State of California. And I kind of look at this whole situation and I'm asking myself, is it worth it? So I begin to examine and go down that lane of thought that says, should we have political parties? I myself personally believe we should not have any political party. Oh, yeah. Because you know that there is a Communist Party USA, there's a Socialist Party of the USA, there's, you name it, they're all over the place. They just don't get the ballot access that the main ones do. The Republican and Democrat. Now the independents are moving quicker, and they're starting to get ballot access. Libertarian parties. The independent parties, nonpartisan parties, not so much. But they do have ballot access. Well, how about this? End and abolish all political parties. I mean, just why? Somebody once told me that political parties are there, and sure, they might sound alike, they might sound different, who knows, but it's healthy competition politically. Why do you need competition in politics? Why not just come right out and tell the truth? Just say, look, our country is in the crapper, and it's getting ready to go into the sewer because we're $19 trillion in debt. We can't pay it. There's no way. Why don't they just come out and say that? Why don't they come out and say, everything is rigged, but I'm not, because here's this. How about transparency? How about openness? We don't need political parties shoving their ideologies down our throat. Why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why should we have political parties? On one hand, having no parties whatsoever will free up a whole lot of people to be able to get into a public arena such as election cycles and campaigning and all this. More people. I mean, we may have 10 or 12 people debating on an issue instead of having two parties with at least 2 to 3 people each debating on that issue, knowing full well that they're not going to do anything to change anything. Oh, and by the way, out of 93 million people who are unemployed or off the unemployment rolls, I think we have a huge pool of people that we can choose from. And to abolish the political parties, how about going one step further than that? Ban all lawyers, attorneys, whatever, I don't care who you are, ban them all from politics. Well, who's going to write the laws? We are. Who do you think was in the first Congress in Pennsylvania? the gentleman farmer, the mercantile shop owner, the rancher, the wine, seller, the blacksmith. I mean, all these people that were everyday people getting in to trying to make a difference. Were some of them lawyers? Of course they were. But when you look at the overall aspect of politics, you're better off not having attorneys, except as advisors and the ones that can actually, get behind someone and say, yes, we can write that up and here's what we're going to present. Isn't that what they're doing now? 95% of all Congress, that's 535 people. 95 of them are attorneys. And they write the laws based upon the people that they represent, which is not you and I. It's the corporations. And they write the laws to fit their corporate ideals. In other words, and they also write laws to circumvent other laws, and they write laws that they're exempt from. So we don't need attorneys in Washington, D.C. We need the gentleman farmer out in Nebraska. We need the dentist in Salem, Oregon. We need the car dealership person, general manager, over in New York. We need the mom and pop store owner in Miami, Florida. We don't need attorneys in Washington, D.C. We need attorneys on the outside making sure, excuse me, that number one, the Constitution prior to 1871 is upheld. Okay? That is what we need to do. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. We need somebody or a group of people to plan and implement things that are for the people, by the people. Okay? The people come to them and say, hey, we need this and we need that. Okay, let's sit down, let's talk about it. Representative comes into the town hall meeting or into the meetings and says, hey, here's what we got. Here's the plan we have, but we just don't have the cash to do it. Can we get some help? And on that, if I was a politician in Washington, D.C., just like me, I would just say, hey, can we write a grant for that? Give them free money to build that. Or give them free money to, rebuild a neighborhood. Where's this money coming from? Well, that's the thing. Why are we paying taxes? We just had tribute day yesterday. Why are we paying taxes? When you crunch the numbers, anywhere between 75 to 95% of all your money doesn't go to pay down the national debt, which is at $19 trillion. It goes to pad the pockets of lobbyists and special interest groups, build up the military overseas, which that's not really happening. But probably about anywhere between 30 to 45% of that money that comes into the federal government goes into backdoor deals and into the stock exchange. Yes. To trade. Yes. So anyway, that's what happens. Get rid of political parties, get rid of the IRS, get rid of the Federal Reserve. Oh my God, I sound like an extremist. Get rid of all lawyers out of Washington, D.C. Keep them as advisory members, a panel. But the politician says, we're going to do this, and you're going to allow it. I don't know how the method is. I don't know how it would work. I don't know what the results would be. I'm just throwing out some theories here that just might work. Never know unless you try, huh? You never know unless you try. I'll be back right after this. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. This is the audio blog right here on that network. Email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. And also go to my website at WayneSPierce.com. Thank you very much. I shall return right after this. The best in independent books, films, and music. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz promotes and plays original indie music from all around the world. If you've got the internet, you can be heard. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. The reality underneath the honesty. Live Truth Radio with your host, Brian Lang. LiveTruthRadio.com. Welcome back. This is the American Liberty Radio Network audio blog. Yes, it's a long title. Just remember, audio blog. Go to WayneSPierce.com. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com for more information and to listen to the audio blog. So, anyway, either one of those sites. What can we say, folks? You know, how are we looking at life? I'm just kind of curious. I'm curious. I'm not really overly, I'm not overly thinking this, folks. How do we look at life? What do we see? How do we manage to have what we have and, still be able to get through the day? I mean, this is something that could be a deep issue if you were to really think about it. But on the surface, it really isn't. How do we get through the day? Do we get through the day quietly? Patiently? Do we get through the day resourcefully? How do we get through our day? Or do we just curl up on the couch in a fetal position and, suck on our thumbs? How do we get through the day? So anyway, good question, huh? Good question. I got to read this. Oop, wrong one. I got some promos to read, folks. Give me a break. Oh my God. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I'll get those later. No big deal. They may not like me, but who cares? Promos are free on the network, by the way, folks. Yes, promos are free. Promotions, free. But if you want to advertise, that's going to work out for you and I. And I'm not out to break your advertising budget, so if you want to know, please ask. I'm more than happy to tell you what it is. Yeah, American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Be fine. Ah, what a day. What a day. We did the tribute day yesterday. I don't call it tax day anymore. It's tribute day. That's what it is. I mean, who do you know as president in our history of the United States has ever gone on a $4 million vacation? To me, that sounds like a king. I could be wrong. But I think that we have a dictator in the White House. At least that's my view. And that's the view of Brian Keller, who wrote a book in 2008 called Dictator in Chief. It's available at Amazon.com. I just don't understand why people don't see what's going on around them. If they do, then why are they not paying attention? And if they are, why are they not doing anything about it? Okay? Just wondering. Hey, I'm going to give a big shout out to the one and only Mr. Nick Tucker over at Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. He should be up and running on his podcast soon, and I will keep you abreast as to when that is. Lots of things going on, folks. Let me give you a couple of headlines. I don't have time to read the whole article, but let me give you a couple of headlines that I want to let you know about. Unprecedented. No issues listed on Hillary campaign website. She's running because people like her. I don't. I hope she goes to jail. California parents shut down vote on mandatory vaccines. Yay. Local police caught acting like the NSA. I mean, it's... God. I don't know, folks. I'm beginning to believe that we live in an upside-down country. Mexico issues alert over stolen radioactive material. I did not know Mexico had radioactive material. I didn't know that. Just wondering. Didn't know that. Another shill for statism and central planning demands cash ban. Well, that one's interesting. All these articles are on Infowars.com, folks. I'm just reading the headlines. Not going to get into the whole article itself. WikiLeaks publishes thousands of hacked Sony documents. Inventor of antivirus software. The government is planting malicious software on your phone so it can see what you're doing. That's from Zero Hedge, by the way. Police department spokesperson arrested for child pornography. Well, isn't that just lovely? NASA probe nearing close encounter with unexplored Pluto. We can't even take care of this planet. You know what I'm saying? There is plans. My grammar sucks. My English teacher would roll over in her grave or come back to haunt me. There are plans to send make a one-way flight to Mars. Okay? Have you seen Martian Chronicles? With Rock Hudson and Darren McGavin and a bunch of other people? We can't take care of this planet. What makes anybody think that we're going to be able to take care of another planet? We can't take care of this one. By the way, they've already, NASA has found, they don't tell you any of this in the mainstream, but I found out this in the netherworld of the interwebs and other places, that there is an atmosphere on the moon. So the first step would be the moon and then Mars. So, also I've seen the documents and the artist rendition and also the plans to create little shelters. Well, not little, but they're shelters on the moon. If you read Richard Hoagland's book, Dark Mission, you'll find a lot of that information. As a matter of fact, I have the book right here. Dark Mission, The Secret History of NASA. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Just a little something for you people. Student sues college after campus cops demand he get a free speech, quote-unquote, permit before handing out flyers. No, that one deserves to go on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page because you guys need to see that one and read that one. Folks, can the insanity freaking stop? I mean, seriously. Can the insanity freaking stop? All right? Because I don't know, folks. I don't know. Now, before we go away in the next few minutes, I want to make sure that you understand one very valuable thing, and that is your freedoms, your liberties, your security, your peace are your responsibility. I can't take you by the hand and create that for you. Nobody can. You have to do that on your own. You are responsible for that. Okay? Just wanting to let you know. Just that's, hey, it's little, that's my 2 cents worth. It's free. There you go. Come listen to the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast on WayneSPierce.com or AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Check those 2 sites out. If you want to support American Liberty Radio Network, you can. Anything will help. All just cover the overhead. That's all I'm doing. Okay, that's all I'm doing. But if you want to help, thank you. I appreciate that. Anything you got. You want to forego a Starbucks one day? Hey, that'll work. Anything will help. Thank you. I appreciate that. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com or WayneSPierce.com. Any one of those sites. I'm bringing back the Views Express live. I may pop in next week at some point. Don't know yet. I may want to try it out next week. I've just retooled it, I hope, for the better. So, anyway. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. You guys need to open your eyes. You guys need to get up off of your duffs and go out and see what's going on. I walked outside to get the mail, and I went to my car, got some stuff out of my car. And I went, wow, it's a nice day. I should have got out today. Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Think about that one, folks. Yeah. How do we function without, an idea, without intent? How do we do it? Our intention is to create a better environment for us, for our friends, our coworkers, whoever. We can't do that sitting on our butts, can we? So I think it's time we get up and go do something. How about that? Sound like a novel idea? I think so. I think so. Folks, it's always good to bring these blogs to you, these audio blogs to you. I'll be writing some blogs as well on the website, WayneSPierce.com or AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Either one of those sites are good. And I'll be here tomorrow. Look for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast tomorrow. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, is there news changes every 5 minutes. So I know I'm going to have something to talk about. You can email me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, even if you disagree with me. The burden of proof is on you. Please prove yourself right. And email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can also go to WayneSPierce.com or AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. And I always like to leave something with somebody. So on the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast, at the end of the show, I say this: liberty is the road and freedom is the goal. Have a good one, folks.